Jewish people, already before the golden calf was created and they served it, they already wanted to. It already entered their minds. The will to serve another God. There's a very interesting verse in the beginning of our second Torah portion, and I will quote. It says, chapter 14, verses 2 and 3. It says, Zot tieh Torat ha-Metzora, beyom tahorato vehuva la-Kohen. So, the leper comes to the Kohen. The Kohen examines the individual and says, it's white and it is tameh. So now the person was exiled. They were asked to leave, to not make anyone else impure in the city. And 7 days pass, and now the individual needs to be re-examined by the Kohen to see if they've done a proper teshuvah, a proper repentance, and if they're ready to be welcomed and come back to the congregation, to the city. So this point right here is talking about that right after that first week. So this is the law of the leper on the day that he thinks that he should be tahor, that he should be pure. Vehuva la-Kohen, he's brought to the Kohen. Now right away it says, V'yatza ha-Kohen el michutz la-Machaneh. Now this Kohen leaves and he goes to the leper outside of the camp. V'ra Kohen v'ineh nirpa nega tzrat min ha-tzarua, and then he sees that he will see if the blotch on the leper's skin has been healed or not. The Zera Shimshon asks a tremendous question. That within 4 words, we're saying 2 opposite things. At first, we're saying that the leper is brought to the Kohen. And 4 words later, the Torah is saying that the Kohen goes to the leper. Well, which one is it? Who goes to who? So the obvious answer is they go to each other. But it's a very interesting way for the Torah to explain that they need to meet somewhere in the middle. So listen to what the Zera Shimshon says. He first starts off in telling us that the Rambam, the Maimonides, tells us there is a law that a Kohen has to go and be available to examine after that week if the individual is pure and impure. You can't say, I'll come later, or I'll come tomorrow, I'll come next week. Hey, that person been in excommunication basically for a whole week, and they've been waiting for this. So the Kohen cannot, it's a responsibility the Kohen has. They cannot just push it off and delay it to another time. They have to do it right away. But now let's take a step back. This leper that's excommunicated, they need to leave all 3 camps. The camp of Kohanim, the camp of Leviim, and also the camp of all Israel. They are out of the city, out of the camp. They have all the right to go as far as they want. But what if the leper decides to go to Timbuktu? 1 week, 1 month travel. Does the Kohen need to go and follow? Is it his responsibility to go? No. The Torah tells us that the leper is brought to the Kohen, but to the limit of the city. And the Kohen goes and meets them at the limit of the city, not further away. If we take the question back a moment, the leper would not even be able to be brought to the Kohen in the city. Because until he's deemed tahor, until he's deemed pure, he wouldn't be allowed back in. So therefore, it's a compromise. The Kohen goes to the limit of the city, but the leper has to be there and not further away to cause a distress or an inconvenience to the Kohen who is providing a service for that individual. I think I can bring out a beautiful lesson from this concept. And this is, in life, sometimes we need a favor, and sometimes people even do favors for us. Favors, whether they are free favors from friend to friend or from between family, or even a service that sometimes we pay for, it still could be considered a favor. It is as important as the individual who's performing the favor and going out of their way to help us. It is equally as important that we help the individual help us. And I'll give an example. If you go to the doctor, and the doctor tells you to sit on the medical bed, and you don't. And they say, open your shirt, we need to check your heart, check your breathing, and you don't. And it turns into a wrestling match, the doctor versus you, trying to hold you down and get a nurse to hold you down to start examining you. Help the doctor help you. When it comes to other types of favors, try not to become a burden onto someone else. And if you really and genuinely need the favor from someone, take it in good faith. But help them help you. If there's something you can do to make it easier for them to help you, go ahead and do it. Don't abuse the favor. Don't abuse the individual. It's a very important concept that sometimes is forgotten. Allow others to help you. It's okay. Also, be there for others. But be there for yourself and be there for others when they are there for you. Help others in them servicing and doing a favor for you.